Hey guys, welcome to today's video. It's a hot mess over here. I'm in glasses because my eye is a fail right now. I have a sty, so I'm not wearing any makeup at all on my eyeballs, and I'm in the mood to just dish about things I don't like, to complain. So if you're into that kind of a video, settle on in because I'm not holding back. A lot of PR is here, which kind of always makes me think like, oh, should I not? And then I'm like, no, do it. Get kicked off that PR list. Like, go in and let the people know your truest, rawest thoughts. A lot of this actually saddens me because I go in and I want to really truly like ooh and ah and love on the newer launches. I know that brands put a lot of effort into these launches, and I'm going to share with you guys exactly why I didn't like XYZ. It's just my opinion. It's okay. We don't need to get worked up over it, but we are starting out with a new launch from Kosas, and I love Kosas. I loved on them way back when in LA when they had a completely different packaging setup. They were a brand new brand and I gave them a ton of coverage, and I've continued to do so throughout the years. Now, they recently launched 5 new highlighters. I love the idea of this formula. The packaging is super cute. I went in thinking that I might really love it, but these new highlighters are so chunky. When you go in with your brush, it just picks up too much and it gets, upon close inspection, a little speckly, a little dusty, and it does not sink into the skin the way I demand a highlighter to sink on in. When it comes to a highlighter, I personally like a wet, juicy, glowing from within. Is she just super healthy? No, that's like, has she been kissed by an angel? I don't know, like, is there a light like shining on her and it's just like, ah? That's what I'm going for with highlighter. And yes, I am wearing highlighter even though I'm wearing glasses. I need new glasses so bad, by the way. I hate wearing them. I hate wearing them. It's like a fight. Like, my optometrist will say, hey, give your eyes a break at night and like get oxygen in your eyes. But like, I hate wearing these glasses or glasses in general. Do we remember the last time I had an eye issue and my brave husband hopped on and did like an entire unboxing on his own? And whenever I have an eye issue, that's like all I think about. And I find it just utterly romantic. But I was off camera kind of like bantering with him. My whole eye was swollen. This is nowhere near as bad. Again, I'm just being careful and not irritating an already irritated situation by putting on gobs of makeup. So this is what it is. I'm like school teacher Tati. Okay, back onto Kosas for a moment. They do have a new launch that I super love that I will be linking in the description box below. They have a plumping gloss that is so truly vinyl and plumpy. This is the Lip Pulse. They have a shimmery one right here that's like a pink golden shimmer that I super love. And then of course the coral one I'm obsessed with. I am wearing on my mouth right now Unzipped, which is one of my favorite lip oils, period. I love this formula. I've bought it over and over and over. I will be sure to link my lip combo because it's such a good one today. I'm wearing L'Oreal liner, the blurring liner, Annie from Lawless, and then Kosas Unzipped. That is what is on my mouth. This was not PR. This was me and Ulta spending $104 for both of these, and they did not work out. I was super curious about this balm from Laura Mercier, and again, love Laura so much. Oh my gosh, that new mint powder. I don't know if it's limited edition or if it's just new here to stay, but I think it's genius to have that really finely milled translucent powder with a hint of green for anyone with rosacea or redness in their skin. It's fabulous. We love Laura Mercier. However, this did let me down. $52 for a compact, and it just doesn't do really anything. You put this on thinking that you're gonna get like a nice foundation. It gunked and gummed up my skin so much, it made my pores look worse. It was greasy and dry simultaneously. If you guys know of a balm foundation that I would like, leave it in the comments because I would like to find one that works. A $44 regret from Dior. Now, I bought this before the VIB sale, so I didn't even get a discount. I hate this so much. This is a luxurious setting spray that is promising 24-hour wear for your makeup, but one spray of this and you are sent into outer space. The fragrance is so overwhelming, it literally could be air freshener. I am so confused. Are we setting our makeup with this or is this body spray? Because it's kind of giving like the Dior, Miss Dior, or is it like Dior Cherie, or it just, oh, I just want to roll around on the floor and like, I like get it off of me. Like that sometimes is my reaction with fragrance. And this definitely has phthalates in here because I sprayed this, I kid you not, one time on my face. I ran out of the beauty studio because I was like, whoa, I have never used a more fragranced setting mist in my entire existence. I came back in hours later. It still smelled like a Dior Garden back here, which Garden is not my favorite scent. And the formula itself, I don't think it's that revolutionary. It's a little bit sticky, and I just don't think it's worth the money. My favorites right now to maximize the wear of your makeup, Laura Mercier Blurring and Elongating and Depowdering. Say will give you more glow. Sometimes I'll just do this on the cheek because it gives you this gorgeous dewy kind of a thing, but it also helps lock everything in. This one also is great on the body too. That's kind of a hack. If you have something that gives that little bit of sheen, throw it on the body too, and it just makes everything glisten and glow in the right way. So those are my two options that I love that don't send me into a panic attack. Let's just take a moment and all enjoy the fact that I was back on the Charlotte Tilbury PR list for like a minute. I can't stand these. You can't even read what's on the bottom, and it is not even my eyeballs. And like, Tati, you're getting old. It's not legible. I cannot read this. I don't even know what this is called. These are new balms from Charlotte Tilbury. This was sent to me in PR. I was so excited. I unboxed it on live, and I love the blush, by the way. The blush that comes in a little heart. Love, love. I'm wearing it right now, love. But these, they don't do enough to warrant the price. I'm gonna have to investigate what the freaking name of this is, and we'll have it in the insert. They're kind of choppy too. Like even when I am swatching this on my hand, like little waxy bits. I'll give you guys a close-up of what's happening with the actual bullet, but it does that thing where like some of it wants to shave off on the lip, and then you have to kind of like really rub it in, and it's just lumpy and uneven. And for the price, absolutely not. I don't know what happened here. I do not know what happened. This is new from Natasha Denona. These are color correctors. I don't know if it is just the colors that are being weird on me or if there's a little variation difference, like a subtle difference with the formula. I cannot get these to blend underneath my eye. I use a tiny amount. I go in, I kind of blend it out. I'll put my concealer on. It looks gummy AF. I cannot hang with this. I die hard love the original High Glam Concealer from Natasha Denona. You guys, I've talked about it so many times that you are all telling me like, Tati, find something new. This is boring. And I really thought I would love these, but I don't. I actually like Catrice for color correcting and then concealing more than I like layering with this. Lancome Lash Idole Flutter Extension. Clumpy, lumpy, weird mess. Doesn't do anything. Mascara is really difficult to get my attention and get me excited because the standard is so high, and this did not hit it. A $38 eyebrow pencil. Now I have things to say about this just because I am actually bitter about it. I purchased this online. It was 38 bucks. Put it in my $1,500 face. Why did I make that video? Did I think I was still in 2016 where it was worth putting in the money and the time? The three items that I like, I really, really love. But a lot of it, I was just like, oh my God, has makeup gotten worse? And this was in there, and I just needed to beat up on this one more time because I got it and it's like dried out. Hardening on the tip, and it's like got that white, dry, crusty, like it's just, this is old. This is an old, like no one was buying these except for me. And it wasn't a great liner, so this is such a joke. Absolutely no. Who wants to spend $114 on shampoo and conditioner from Oribe? Hey, this was actually sent to me. I got this in like a major gift box of like all these different products. I never would have bought this on my own, even though I do love Oribe. This is just not worth the money, you guys. It's just not. I literally used this a few times and I was drying my hair and I'm like, I think Oribe styling products like their dry texturizer, they have some volume creams, are way better than the actual shampoo and conditioner. I do really like their clarifying shampoo. That one's great. But this one, every single time I would wash my hair with this, I would just be like, it's flat. It's like not clean enough. And I'm really good about tipping my head over, double washing. We are serious. We are like getting in there. I know how to wash my hair professionally. we're massaging, we're sudsing, we're rinsing, we're clipping up half the hair to like effectively rinse. And when I rinse a product out and it leaves a residue so much that it makes my hair really hard to dry and it's flat and like not even that shiny, it's what I call doll hair. And for $114 for the combo, you have been warned. Don't buy this. A $68 oil cleanser that doesn't work. Just what everybody wants, right? Angela Caglia. Now, I bought her serum probably like 3 times over. It's like a $300 serum. I would drive to Blue Mercury just for this serum. I was so into it. I was convinced it was doing something amazing for my skin. And then I was like, Tati, you are crazy. Like, stop it. Stop buying that. Stop buying all these crazy expensive things. Just like stick to a little more simplicity in your routine. And I have, and I kind of feel like my skin is like the same. So I don't know, sometimes these higher price tags, it just makes me go, is this really making that big difference? Do you know what I'm saying? And when it comes to cleansers, I usually advocate for using cleansers that are not so expensive because you're just rinsing it off. It's not a serum or a treatment or a mask or an overnight anything that is really getting into the skin deeply and doing work. You're literally just cleaning the skin, rinsing it off. I don't like this because it does not effectively remove my makeup. When I use an oil and I go to rinse it off and I'm taking my washcloth and I'm kind of like making sure that all the makeup is gone and there's still like gobs of makeup and then there's like mascara mess and liner mess and it doesn't completely rinse clean, I'm not about that life. What I'm about is being amazed. Like my Wonder Skin Cleanser, not sponsored, that one's amazing. That one you twist up, it has the shaver where you take, because I'm all about double cleansing. You take a little bit of your cleanser, you put it on, literally rinse it off, you pop up from the sink and you're like, it's a miracle because there's no like makeup, no mascara, no nothing. Your skin is clean. It's a clean formula, no fragrance. I love it. This one is just so much money and it doesn't do enough. This next one is the weirdest thing ever. I recently purchased a bunch of FitGlow beauty products. I really like one of their cleansers. It's in a purple tube with a pump. I will link that one in the description box. The ceramide cleanser I liked for a minute, but then I realized it was drying my skin out. It's a gel cleanser, so I stopped using that one. Love their mascara, but this time round, I had never tried this before. I got their shower gel and I got their body lotion because I like the ingredients. I love ceramides. I like the simplicity of their formulas, and I've had a really good time with the brand in the past. Now this one, I was not expecting it to smell so intensely, and it doesn't smell good. It smells like dollar store shampoo / Glade / cheap carpet air freshener Febreze. And I don't recall in the ingredients that it said there was fragrance in here, which for me was kind of like, oh yay, fragrance free, or at least like a light, like usually for clean non-tox beauty brands, which that's what this one is all about. It'll be like a little sprinkle so that your products don't totally stink, because I've also veered down the other end of doing fragrance free things, which I'm enjoying, but they kind of stink. You're doing nothing to cover up the formula itself, and it's like, whoa, this whole like ingredient party kind of smells terrible, so I'm getting why like we need a sprinkle of rose essential oil or something like that. This went too far. It just has that harshness, that like chemical, it's almost like my nose can taste it. Does that make sense? Am I resonating with anyone? I hope. But clearly I have been in a mood today, and that was a really rough fails video, possibly the most dramatic ever. I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless, me dishing about all of my thoughts when beauty goes wrong in my book, and I will continue bringing these videos your way. If you enjoyed it, please give the video a thumbs up. Go and have a great day, whatever you are doing. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah.